Yo, what's going on YouTube? How are you guys doing? Welcome to a brand new spanking video. And today I want to be talking about events. Now, I was originally going to make another Ceres Law video because yesterday I came up with some more theories, and yeah, I uploaded a lot of Ceres stuff yesterday, so I think I'm gonna chill back a couple of days before I do some like another Ceres Law video. And for people asking about the Talos Law video and the Ancients and the Skardron and all that, I talked about it all yesterday in the live stream, but I'll be making an entire video on it in the next couple of days. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so today I wanted to talk about events and more specifically what I want to see from future events. Now, we already have the event of the War of the Siege on Ascension Peak, and as cool as it is, I feel like it was a little bit overhyped by HuZh himself. Yes, it's still very cool, don't get me wrong, it's still a very cool concept and I love it. I've played a little bit of the PTS. I played about half an hour and then my PC crashed and I couldn't get it back to load back up, so ripped my PC. But yeah, I played about half an hour of it, and I wanted to go ahead and say that it's good. It's very good. The event is good. The game mode's good. I like it. It's just the game mode is not as hectic as I would have expected. I would expected like it to be raining and fire and loads of meteors coming down all at once instead of just every now and again, and they don't really do much damage. Even if they hit you directly and it's not just splash damage, they still don't do a lot of damage at all, and they maybe apply a little bit of knockback, which is just, it doesn't really give off that big of an impression. And you know what I'm trying to say, like more environmental hazards, not environmental, but yeah, environmental hazards and stuff. It would be nice to have more of that in future events, maybe, because it wasn't as hyped up. It wasn't as hype as it was hyped up to be, if that makes sense. But don't get me wrong, this isn't me saying it's bad. All right, before you, like a lot of you keyboard warriors start going, oh, you fucking shit cunt, get you corrects right, mate. It's fucking sick, mate. Suck my ball sack. And it's just, no, I'm not saying it's bad. All right, it's good. It's a good event. It's definitely a step in the right direction for Paladins, but it's not as hectic as it was hyped up to be. All right, that's all I'm saying. Hear me out. Okay, I don't want this to turn out to be another Joshino fucking video where I commented on one of Joshino's video and I just got absolutely fucking destroyed by his fans. Like, his fans went off on me. It was insane. But yeah. Right, so moving on to events I would like to see. I'd love to go ahead and see a Criminal Underworld event. Now, I know I've done a Law Theory video on this recently, and it did very well, so thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I did a Law Theory covering everything I think about the Criminal Underworld and who's involved with what and what's happened and what's the story there. If you haven't seen it, there'll be a link in the description to that video. You can go ahead and watch that if you guys want to. But yeah, I think that they should do a Criminal Underworld event, because we know that they have had a sewer public test map, which was a long time ago. It was a good like maybe 4 months ago that this sewer public test map was a thing, but it would be a perfect place for a new map, or for a Criminal Underworld event, and it would be an amazing thing to have that side of things brought into the light, because it doesn't get a lot of attention. The the law enforcers, the outer tribal, and Zin's Thousand Hands. Like, I would love to see an event based off them two going at each other. And the outer tribal, which is a law enforcement in Paladins, if you guys didn't know, try to take down the Thousand Hands, and it could even bring in a new champion for the outer tribal, or for the Thousand Hands. Even it could bring out either a commander in the Thousand Hands army, or it could bring out the general overall commander of a unit in the outer tribal, which would be insane. That would be awesome. I would love to see something like that. Someone higher than Lex in the outer tribal come out and be like, shit needs to get done, and he does his job. Like, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'd love to see something like that, and it would be. I think a lot of people would as well, just because it'd be a lot of fun to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know what you guys think about it, but it'd be a lot of fun to see an event based off that side of things. Alright, so idea 2 that I've got for an event, which is actually a PvE event. Now, we know if we read a little bit of Drogos' lore, that he used to be an underling to a violent dragon. So we know that dragons are in the game, obviously, because of Drogos' lore and the old cinematic trailer that was released, the lore cinematic. And if we look at Tyra's Drakefire, she literally, for the wall art of it, is fighting a dragon or a drake or a wyvern or whatever it is. So I think it would be really cool if we could maybe stack up in like groups of 3 and, you know, pick from like a group of certain champions, like Tyra, for example. She's a hunter, maybe a Kinessa, and I don't know, somebody else, and you fight your way, kind of like Smite's PvE events, where you fight your way through all these little underlings, these little dragon underlings, and you fight your way through them, and then you get to the big mama dragon, and it's got like 3 different stages. Like, you get down to like half health, for example. After it's like, first stage would be it fights normally like a normal dragon, where it runs up to you, it bites you, it breathes fire, it does stuff like that. And then the second phase, when you get to about half health, it flies up and it summons meteors to come crashing down to the ground and doing a huge area of splash damage, while you've also got to deal with dragon underlings. And then the final phase is where it does all two things together at the same time, but also doing swoops across the map, where it's breathing fire in large portions, and it's closing certain parts of the map and making the battle space smaller or something like that. Like, it would be insane. I'd love to see a boss dragon fight in Paladins. A first-person boss dragon fight would be so much fun, and I would be down for that. I would be so down for that. HuZh, if anybody from HuZh is watching this video, make that a thing. Put it on a list somewhere. Write it down right now. Put it on a fucking list, because that sounds like so much fun, and I can tell you straight, everybody playing the game will love that. Everybody will love a fucking PvE dragon boss fight event, where you call it like the hunt or something, and you fucking hunt dragons, like you hunt a dragon, and that would be so cool. You have opportunities to evolve on a proper dragon skin for Drogos, which would be cool. A skin for Tyra, another one like the Drakefire, but a little bit different. You'd have opportunities to improve on your PvE skills, and, you know, maybe it'd branch out into a PvE side of Paladins, which opens up Paladins to a completely new side of things. Like, that would be amazing. Obviously keeping its old PvE, not PvE, PvP stuff, Siege and Deathmatch and all that, obviously keeping that intact and still promoting that as its main game modes, obviously, but having the PvE as a bonus. Like, if we look at the old Victor, skins, and we look at the wall arts for one of Victor's old skins, and it's not the V1 Victor, it's the what's it called? It's the Reaver Spray. The Reaver Spray. It's like the reskin of that. If you look at the wall art, you see that Victor's fighting aliens. Like, how cool would that be? Like, a space event where you play as Victor or Lex in their space suits, you know what I mean, and you fight these aliens off, and you protect stuff. That would be awesome. I would love to see something like that. Like, that would be fucking insane. You know what I mean? Or an actual magistrate versus resistance event, where you two clash on a certain map and you have to do certain waves to the point where you get to fight Khan himself. And we're not talking about big buff Khan like Leanne's bodyguard, we're talking about Grand Minister Khan here, the overall magistrate leader. Like, that would be insane. Like, obviously do that like when the Paladins is coming to the end of its life cycle or whatever. But that would be amazing to see something like that. That would be fantastic. Like a large scale battle, kind of like Dynasty Warriors a little bit, where you can choose to be on the Resistance or the Magistrate, and you do certain battles, taking over certain places, taking out certain leaders. Or like at one point you may be able to put a siege on the Rui front and take out Leon. Like, that would be amazing to see something like that. Or if you're fighting for Leon, you might be able to do a siege on I don't know, maybe just some place where the resistance are having a jolly old party or something, and then you just go siege that and be like, yeah, surprise, bitch, and then boom, you know what I mean? Fucking everything's going off, it's all crazy, fires everywhere, boom. Now, it'd be insane. I would love to see something like that, and hopefully HuZh do implement something like that with these events, because these events add massive possibilities in the future, and I'd just love to see something like this overall, and see HuZh really capitalize on the opportunity they have at the moment. Right, so if you guys have any ideas for events yourself and you want to go ahead and put them in the comments, we can have a little chat about them down there and everything. That would be absolutely fine with me. But overall, I would love to go ahead and see a bunch of events, see a bunch of ideas from you guys too. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys like the ideas, some of the ideas I come up with, and hopefully you guys will come up with some sick ideas yourself. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like, guys. Subscribe if you guys are new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.